Hello, my name is Sydney Anslone, and I'm a senior from Centennial High School in Bakersfield, California. At my school, I had various opportunities to explore career options and make connections with adults who have helped me become a better person and the person I am today. And one of those unique opportunities that I've taken advantage of was Project Lead the Way biomedical course that was offered at my school. So it was a 4-year course that went through different aspects. Year one was principal studies. So it was basically like introductory to the medical field. Second year was human body systems, which was pretty interesting. We gotta use our own like mannequin of a skeleton and put muscles and ligaments on him. And then third year was the medical interventions, which was basically more of biomedical engineering, that type of stuff. And then third year, which is what I'm currently in, is environmental sustainability. And so it's just creating a bunch of different technology, like such as like water filters, and testing them and seeing what type of pollutions are in the water and air. So it's very interesting. And I actually first got interested in Project Lead the Way in my junior high. They had an engineering course there for both years, but I didn't apply because I wanted to study Spanish to get ahead in high school. But I did participate in a summer camp that they put on with Chevron. They're sponsored by Chevron, and I really found that I loved engineering. But I also really wanted to pursue a career in medical field too, because I'd heard a lot about the PLTW course from my sister, who was also in it. And so I was kind of torn on which course to choose in when I was an incoming freshman. But I decided to go with the medical course because my sister very much like highly recommended it, and I had learned that the engineering course wasn't as interesting, and other people had told me that they didn't really enjoy it. So I went with the biomedical because it also had aspects of engineering in that, which was also my forte. So I thought it would fit better with me. And so much to my excitement, the first, third, and fourth years, I took part in designing and creating various projects. Though the projects weren't too elaborate because we didn't have enough supplies, it was fun to try and be creative with what we had, which was like balloons, cotton balls, wood. I remember we had to make like a functioning arm from like rubber bands, wood, and like a balloon, and it was a lot of fun. We also made a water filter from like we only had cheesecloth, activated carbon, that type of thing. So it wasn't very elaborate, but it was pretty interesting. And so one of my fondest moments was during my first year when we were asked to design. We didn't actually have to use any supplies. We were just kind of imagining a device that would help make the lives of people with diabetes easier. And so me and my partner, for that year, we created these insulin and glucose patches that would be applied to the skin, so patients with diabetes didn't have to go through the trouble of getting out their shots, and they also didn't have to worry about like overeating if it was before a game or something, because to get glucose they needed to like eat more, and that might have had a really bad effect if they were like in the middle of playing a soccer game or something. So just to make their lives easier, we decided to design these glucose patches, and it was a lot of fun to think up of these things and to present it. Definitely the course got me out of my fear of presenting and public speaking, because we just had to do that all the time with every project we designed. And it also helped that I was with these people for most of my like high school years, so it's very easy to get along and present in front of them. It's almost like second nature. But some other interesting facts are that we gotta like run our own gel electrophoresis, and we also got to make the agar and pour it, and then take out like the little things so that we could load it with pipettes. So I'm definitely very well versed in pipetting things because we had to do that all the time, and also in my AP biology class, we also did that. Another fun thing that we got to do is we actually got to extract segments of our own DNA through like various processes. It was very long and complicated, but we got to test our DNA to see if we had this bitterness gene through like gel electrophoresis. And I found out I didn't have it, so yay for me. But it was a lot of fun, and I definitely had an impact on my life, and it made going to school just so much fun. Another important course in my high school year is actually one I'm currently in. It's called We the People, and it takes the place of government and econ, and it's so incredible. So like in the basics of the class that we learn about different aspects of the U.S. government, and then soon we have a competition. December 8th is our area competition, and then if we go on to state, that will be sometime in February, and there's always nationals. But so for the first half, we're learning about different aspects of the government, from like the presidency to the Bill of Rights, and so we have to be like well versed in all of that. And for our summer assignments, we had to read the Constitution and like analyze it and answer certain questions. So it's a lot of work. We're actually, for the competition, we're separated into 6 units. My unit is Unit 4, which I'm expert on Congress and like how their power has grown, the presidency and how like their power has grown too, and federalism and the conflict between state governments and the national government, which is what I preferred, and I really wanted that because it has a lot of historical aspects, but also a lot of modern day aspects. So I have 4 other unit mates with me, which makes it easier, but the basics of the competition is that it's designed like a congressional hearing where we have our opening statement where we make claims to, there's 3 sub-questions to the overarching question, which is how have the values and principles embodied in the Constitution shaped American institutions and practices? And so the sub-questions are about Congress, presidency, and federalism. And so we have 3 different speeches on those respective topics. And so we make our opening statement, which is 4 minutes, and then we answer any follow-up questions, which takes 6 minutes. And it's a lot of fun because like you get to play off of each other. So one person might say one thing and then I could disagree with them and say, oh no, I think it's this. And it's just a lot of fun, and I love my unit mates. And it's so interesting to like learn more about the U.S. become more familiar with U.S. history in a way I've never been. Starting in November, we had to start like our studying. Like we do 2 hours in our units with our coach, and then another 2 hours in our units with this is per week, just like going over different things without our coach. We like meet outside of school, and then I have 6 hours of individual study time, which I pretty much devote to like NPR, Constitutional Center, and other historical news sites. So it actually has helped me learn more about modern day and like what type of resources I should be using, and like safe media, so it's no like biases in them. So it's actually probably going to be really helpful for and like help me become more of an informed voter when I'm able to vote, which I'm pretty excited for. And right now we're having a hearing a day. During class we have our sister unit, mine's Unit 2, which we record feedback for them while they're doing their presentation, and then we have our presentation in front of judges that are like past alumni or history teachers. And so it's pretty exciting to get to do this, and I'm always trying to better myself so that I can help my unit mates more. And it's just really interesting, and I love those 2 courses. I love being in biomed and We the People. It's really taught me a lot, and I don't think I'd be the person today without the teachers who I've met in there, and it's just amazing. And so yeah, that's about my personal life. Thank you for listening.